where Dr. Bones McCoy is during Star Trek. Strange New Worlds. For decades, Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy has been one of the most iconic characters in the Star Trek universe. A gruff, compassionate, and morally grounded doctor whose quips and emotional honesty provided a perfect counterbalance to Captain Kirk's bravado and Spock's logic. Yet in Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, which explores the adventures of Captain Pike, number one, and Spock before Kirk's era, Bones is conspicuously absent. This absence has left fans wondering, where is Dr. McCoy during this pivotal time in Starfleet history? The answer, surprisingly, may lie in both Star Trek canon and the storytelling choices of the new series. To understand McCoy's absence, we need to establish the timeline. Strange New Worlds is set in the 2250s, roughly a decade before the original Star Trek series. In that era, McCoy had already begun carving out his place in Starfleet, but he wasn't yet the shipboard doctor we know him to be aboard the Enterprise under Captain Kirk. According to canon, Leonard McCoy was born in 2227 in Atlanta, Georgia. By the time Pike takes the helm of the Enterprise in 2254, McCoy is still a young man in his mid-20s, likely completing his medical studies or early assignments within Starfleet. In other words, he's busy becoming the doctor he will eventually become, just not aboard Pike's ship yet. This timing opens up an intriguing storytelling window for Strange New Worlds. The series' focus on Pike, Spock, and number one allows the writers to explore Starfleet history and ship dynamics without relying on the well-established trio of the original series. Including McCoy at this stage could have felt forced or limited the narrative, as he was simply not yet central to this crew's story. In essence, the absence of Bones is a deliberate choice, one that respects continuity while giving new characters room to shine. However, McCoy's absence is not just a matter of scheduling or timeline fidelity. It also reflects the theme Strange New Worlds is exploring. One of the show's strengths is examining the emotional and moral challenges faced by Starfleet officers before they reach their full potential. Just as Captain Pike wrestles with the burden of knowledge about his tragic future, McCoy in this period is likely navigating the formative years of his ethical framework. He's learning how to balance the Hippocratic Oath with Starfleet's exploratory mission, how to deliver truth without crushing morale, and how to assert authority in high-stress situations. These experiences, while unseen, are essential to understanding the McCoy we meet in the 2260s. Interestingly, the series does drop hints that McCoy's world exists just beyond the camera's frame. In the Star Trek timeline, McCoy had multiple assignments before joining Kirk's Enterprise, including positions on Earth and potentially aboard other starships or Starfleet medical stations. He was known for his fiery temperament and independent streak, qualities that would make him both invaluable and challenging to his early commanders. By leaving him off screen, the show subtly acknowledges that Star Trek history is rich and interconnected, with countless officers making contributions away from the limelight. Fans have speculated about potential crossovers, imagining a young Bones arriving aboard the Enterprise under Pike for a guest appearance or even a recurring arc. While tantalizing, these possibilities risk undermining the narrative autonomy of Strange New Worlds. Bones' eventual joining of Kirk's Enterprise is one of the most significant character developments in Star Trek history, and revealing too much too early could dilute the impact of that future story. In a way, his absence preserves the dramatic tension and allows viewers to appreciate his eventual entrance into Starfleet lore as a fully realized, complex character. Moreover, McCoy's absence emphasizes the show's commitment to exploring new perspectives. By focusing on Spock, number one, and Pike, Strange New Worlds highlights relationships and ethical dilemmas that might have been overshadowed by including an already iconic character like McCoy. For example, the dynamics between number one and Spock, the early mentorship of Pike's officers, and the moral challenges of interstellar diplomacy all take center stage. Bones' later influence on Kirk and the crew becomes more meaningful when we understand that he had a separate, formative journey, one that unfolded quietly until the time was right. In conclusion, Dr. Leonard McCoy is absent from Strange New Worlds not because he doesn't exist in this era, but because he's on his own path, one that shapes him into the legendary Bones of the original series. He is likely honing his medical skills, learning to navigate Starfleet's bureaucracy, and wrestling with the ethical questions that will define him. His absence allows Strange New Worlds to tell fresh stories while respecting canon, creating space for new characters to grow, and setting the stage for the eventual convergence of these timelines. In a sense, McCoy's story is happening off screen, but it is